Good afternoon.
First question is, what prompted you to come out and write to the Prime Minister?
The very fact that there can never be closure to a loss of this magnitude, because her loss is undeniable. I mean, the stature of her personality as a politician, as someone that we have known growing up in our midst, multi-dimensional effects that she has had on our lives, on all of us. She's touched all of our lives. And also the sheer need to know, the accountability. She is the democratically elected head of a state government. People need to know, people should know. And I think over and above all of this, there are so many crores of Tamil people who, they just love her. I mean, she's a very personal figure to so many of us in our lives. And it's beyond the right, it's also a personal need to know.
Why do you believe that there has been secrecy, especially when the hospital has been prompt with an update on her health? On the 4th of November, I remember even Pratap Reddy, chairman of Apollo, coming out and saying Jayalalithaa is interacting, she is coherent, and she has recovered fully. There was hospital staff which came out and said that they have had invitation from the Honorable Chief Minister to her residence once she leaves hospital. And then even on that day, on Monday evening, when the rumours were doing the rounds, the hospital was prompt. At 5:30, the rumours started doing the rounds that she is no more. At 5:58, they issued a statement that she is still fighting the battle. She's very much alive. So why do you believe that there has been secrecy?
There's no question of believing that there has been secrecy, or I'm not even at the stage calling it secrecy. I'm just saying that notwithstanding these bulletins that have been issued at intervals by the hospital authorities, there are definitely large gaps in our understanding of what happened, what she has gone through, very simply what has been happening.
This includes the 70 days that she was in hospital?
In the ICU, or she's in the room. No, that she's in the ICU, or she's been moved to the room and then she's well. And that's really nice to hear. That's good to hear. But that cannot be and should not be the extent of what we need to know, what we have a right to know.
So what do you say that you believe that should be made public? What is it that you believe is not being divulged?
What has been the sequence of events that has occurred since the day that she was admitted? The decision-making process, why there was a total lack of information about her other than these, these little bulletins that were issued by the hospital, why there was nobody at all that was allowed to meet her, even after the hospital was saying that she is well. And there were a couple of messages given out by the hospital where they said that she would make her decision when she can go home, she is that well. There was never any word of her, I mean, no direct contact either with her being able to give a message or anybody being able to meet her. I mean, these are all questions because, again, as I said, she is the democratically elected head of a state government.
So do you believe that the people who took decisions on her behalf owe an explanation? Are you trying to say that those who restricted access to her...
We first need to know who are the ones that took the decisions. No, exactly. We need to know who are the ones that took the decisions, because we don't even have clarity on that. So the further questions that come up is why they did that, what they did, what they should have done, what they should not have done, happens once we know who this they is.
Well, because we have confirmation that the governor was kept in the loop. Even when she spent 70 days in hospital, the governor did get access to her and he did interact with her, and there is, word there that there was responsiveness from Jayalalithaa. So there were people who were allowed, there were people who knew what was going on. But do you believe that just knowledge should have been made public?
It would be wonderful to know those details, because, no, that's what I'm saying. And as I said also in my letter, I'm writing as a regular ordinary citizen of India, because I am standing there with the multitude who are looking for these answers, and if these answers are there, it would be wonderful to hear them. 70 odd days in a hospital, having gone through such a huge curve of, ill health, recovery, and then a sudden and very tragic demise, I think there are a lot of questions that will arise because simply there is no information available.
What prompted you to reach out to the Prime Minister? Did you make queries to the current government in Tamil Nadu? Did you to leadership in the AIDMK, and were you met? Was that request stonewalled? Did you try and approach the Reddys?
No, very frankly, it did not. Very frankly, it did not occur to me that I should not reach out to my Prime Minister, because he is the democratically elected head of my national government, of my central government. And especially Modi ji has opened the doors for being accessible to the general public, and as I am one of them, it did not occur to me that I should not either approach him or that I would have any restrictions in reaching him. So it is that spirit of confidence, especially with that he has given, that I have written that letter.
No, but I'm just trying to understand, Gautami, that over the course of the last 75 odd days, did you raise this query, or did you get this doubt, or were you patient to see whether or not somebody at the end of it comes out with a full detail?
Yes. Initially, there were some questions in the early days, but then when we heard of her recovery, speaking for myself, I was just really delighted that she was well, and the last talk that we heard was that she's ready to go and then she can decide when she wants to go home. Literally within hours or perhaps even moments, everything changed. And then the subsequent cremation, and the state has been traumatized. We are in the grip of a traumatic situation, primarily because we don't know what has actually occurred. I keep coming back to that again and again and again. Fact remains is that we know no details about anything that happened other than one day we heard in the morning that she was admitted in hospital, and a few bulletins about she's in ICU, she's receiving this care, so-and-so doctors are coming, so-and-so doctors are going. We had footage of all of that. And then she's well, she's perfectly all right, she can go home, and then she's no more. And this over a period of 70 odd days. That's a very long time to not have any information.
So you yourself, as you were highlighting this, Gautami, you've said that the doctors who were treating her were known. The hospital where she was being treated was known.
No, were known in the sense that we were given information as, bulletins on the TV screens about doctors from here are coming, doctors from there are going. This is the kind of footage that we were seeing.
No, there were also statements which clearly said who are the doctors and where, which consultants, be it abroad or across India, were being consulted and their opinions, and they were being very open about their consult. But I'm trying to understand, are the recent conspiracy theories that are doing the rounds and the fact that the people who are now staking claim to power, to the throne, is that what is discomforting you?
I think before we even get to the question of conspiracy theories or any other kind of theories, I think it's very important to know the facts of what has transpired up until that point. Conspiracy theories and then what happens after her demise is something that is secondary to what has gone before. So I think it's very important to understand exactly what has happened in the first place before we move